Welcome to the stream. This is session 71 of Faith's Chosen.
We're so old.
I'm a grandmother.
Oh my god.
It's been 71 years.
Oh my god. That's what the session is, right?
Yeah.
We're all just old and in a retirement home.
Yep.
Grandmother.
Welcome, y'all.
16! Okay, I read it right. The last that we left off, Faith's Chosen, they had just deviated from their main quest of finding pieces of the Veldahar to aid the Sunday Friends in their tribulation of fighting an ancient green dragon. With the help of Zythario Kelcrest, they did not need almost nobody died.
Fucking killed it for us.
Gosh. Yeah. So, Fate's Chosen. They now, we will start off the session with they have left the lair of Daventarth. This is really happy music for what we're about to do. I'm getting distracted.
What did we find in the lair?
Oh, that's a great question.
I have a pen ready to write.
Is it a kitten?
Is it a puppy?
Did Leona finally get a
it a
fucking
puppy?
It's not a puppy.
No.
Oh, no.
That's always the answer. It's
just
not
more-
a puppy.
Just tons and tons and tons of gold.
Leona.
So much gold.
Oh gosh, I still don't even like this. Okay. Leona, you find yourself a beautiful crystal ball. You have, who has it? Alexander has identified. By the
So
way,
do I.
I said that Alexander and Leona helped the Sunday Friends identify, just so y'all know. Ritually, I'm assuming.
Never!
Leona would help Sunday Friends.
Of course.
Alexander could do ours.
You find the crystal ball of telepathy.
Yeah, I do.
You also find a wand.
Oh.
This wand is odd looking. It is gold, and at the base of it there are different little gems that are red and green and teal and blue and gold with some beautiful inlay that comes up to the top. And then once you get to the top, as you hold it, it's quite odd. It's got these three pieces on it that have little rods that come out, and at the end are bigger versions of those gems. And at the very end is a multicolored gem. It is funny looking. I will post it in the Discord. No! Those are the... Oh gosh, hold on. Delete.
Quick,
Fuck!
everybody, quick!
Hold on. Ah! Haha! That's what they see! Luckily, they're on a delay.
Oh, looks like candy.
It does look like candy.
I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not dumb. Wait, can I eat it? What is it?
You might be able to, depending on what comes out of it.
You guys identify on it?
Yeah.
It's a wand of wonder.
Wait a
Let me tell
minute.
you.
Is this
This
what I
is-
think it is?
Andy had a wand of wonder.
Possibly.
It's, I'll say this. I've got one in another campaign, and so far it's
Oh,
only
it-
ever hit on 3 things.
Oh, do I know what it does?
Yeah.
I can look. Okay.
I'm missing the corruption bar, by the way. Let me pull it up really quick.
That's fine, you don't need it.
I'm just gonna investigate this and look at its beautiful colorfulness.
It's like you. It's very colorful and exciting. Pretty.
Erratic.
I'm not sure what. I'm not sure what it does yet, but it looks very exciting.
Definitely looks like something you would have.
Thank you, I think.
Atlas,
careful
you
with it.
find a beautiful scimitar.
Ooh.
And one of the two identifiers cast identify for you, and it is a scimitar of speed.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
Atlas, interestingly enough, you also find a very interesting cape.
Cape, you say?
A cape, I say. It is red, which you're there for. With, let's see, kind of gold lining around the trim of the hood and around the bottom of it. This is the Cape of the Mountebank.
Ooh, I know what that is.
Yes, you do. Eldon! You find a rather beautiful set of armor. This isn't just any armor, this is dwarven plate. And it looks like it's made for a dwarf, but you are able to fit it over your form, and it does match to be your size. It's gauntlets, heavy leather boots, visored helmet, and thick layers of padding underneath the armor. It's pretty great. However, you feel as though it will slow you down. Okay. Eldon, you also find... let's see. You find something quite interesting. I've never heard of this. I don't know what that is. The second one, Kate. It's not in D&D Beyond. Ah, okay.
Bye.
I see. Okay. Okay. You find a statuette of a beast small enough to fit in your pocket. This is an owl. I will send you the link. Booyah. Kesra, you find a ring of featherfall. And boots of speed.
Well, all right. What is this? What is the ring do again? Featherfall. I'll ask.
It means that if you should be falling from a great height,
Mm-hmm.
you can utilize that, and it will stop you from going splat when you land.
I immediately put it on.
All right. And last but not least, brings us to Alexander. You find a cloak of your own. It's
Ooh.
dark fabric, black up top with another layer on top, and then a green layer. Interestingly enough, you definitely detect illusory magic on it even before you put it on. This is a cloak of displacement.
Ooh.
You also find, in addition, a staff of power.
This green dragon has quite the horde.
What? Excuse me?
I'm gonna hold up my cane. Sorry, old friend, but you're going to be replaced.
See how it is? Just tossing it aside, the first magical staff you have come across your way.
Oh, I'm not gonna toss it aside. It held sentimental value. I made this, but it's not. It doesn't compare.
Do we happen to know how much money we've shoved in our bags of holding?
I know how much I took.
I'm pretty sure it was 40,000 gold pieces that y'all got. I can check with Sunday Friends.
I just want 29 pieces.
Here.
Thank
29
you.
pieces.
Thank you.
I mean,
Leona,
splitting
that's-
it 4 ways does make it easier.
No, Leona, you're taking some of this.
Oh, I only need 29. The rest of it's for the group. Doesn't Kesra watch the... Oh, no? I only need
you guys-
29.
My 10K is going to the pot, so...
Yes, same. I just needed the 29. The
I mean,
rest
if
of
you
it can
guys
stay
want
with
it,
Kesra.
you can
Yeah.
put it in your...
I mean, I've never seen this much in my lifetime. Yeah,
It's a lot.
I'm fine with keeping it with the rest of the group. Actually, can I have 25 of that, and I will hand it to Leona for the original scimitar.
Wait. Wait. Wait.
You spotted me at the shop. I'm paying back my debt.
Okay. I think... But wasn't that... Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
You also remember that Amelia will be waiting for you in Grassgrave.
I imagine we don't waste much time after bidding our Sunday friends farewell. Imagine we take back to Grassgrave as to make Amelia wait as minimally as possible. If nothing else, to be, hey, we're here. We didn't lie this time. Here we are.
She seems quite surprised to see you.
Whew. How long does it take us to get back?
About a day.
Did we collect any dragon bits while we were there? Any scales, skin, claws,
Can I just
teeth?
get a couple of scales?
Sure.
Literally just need to.
I would like a scale and a tooth. If I can't get a tooth, I would like a claw. Even like one of the big old whopper ones.
Sure, yeah. You can get what
Yeah.
you need.
I would also like a claw. And some tinier teeth.
A tooth. A dragon tooth. The size of my face. It's fine.
And then we go back to Grassgrave?
Yeah. Amelia's there. She's surprised to see us.
It is easy enough for you all to make your journey back to Grassgrave. You can see the ship, Amelia's ship, just off in the distance.
Alright.
Well, she's not going to be disappointed in us. What time of
That's
day
good.
is it? What time of day is it right now?
Late morning.
Oh, okay. Do you think she is looking to leave immediately? Should we offer to get her a lunch somewhere? I'm not entirely sure if we fully repaired the bridge we have burned with her.
I mean,
I
she's
mean-
here.
I mean, she's
Yeah.
here. That's true. Just want to make sure it's really set. You know, there's different kinds of bridges. To make sure it's a good stone bridge.
I
Not
think
like
that
a-
we could, with our newfound wealth, we could probably forge a pretty golden one, to be honest.
I agree, actually.
I mean, I'm not saying we need to give her everything, but I mean, 1,000 gold goes a long way to repairing friendships.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, Blondie, those trying to, it starts with a T. I don't remember the word. The circles in the ground that you draw and take us places.
Yes, teleportation circles.
Yes. Can we put one of those in the ship?
Well, if you had a year and a fair chunk of gold, then yes. To make a permanent one, at least. They take a while to become permanent.
Here is a very long time.
Unfortunately. I mean, that being said, maybe once all this mess is over, I'm sure that Miss Burke would love to have one, and it'd be nice to have a way to get away mobily. But
Can't we just find somebody and pay him to stay on the ship?
We could. How much does it? I mean, how much?
Well,
how
it's-
much gold are you? That's a year, so you'd have to pay for the like magic itself and
as well as the person.
and the
That's true.
person. You,
Right. So, whereas, you know, it would really only cost materials for me to maybe stay on the ship for a year and whatnot. If we wanted to hire somebody, teleportation circles are not, they're not child's play.
We're just,
It would be
okay.
it would probably be somebody from the academy or somebody who's dropped out similar to me, and they're not going to come cheap. I mean, we could probably afford it at this point in time, but why?
All right. Sure.
I'm gonna pull Leona aside. Can you do me a favor?
of course.
This is where I grew up. And as much as I never wanted to come back here, I'm here now. And there's some things I'd like to do, and I wouldn't mind some company.
Of course, Eldon. Lead the way.
I'll lead us to the cemetery.
We'll deposit Kesra at a tavern somewhere and give Atlas and Alexander the responsibility of. Yeah.
Joy of delighting in my
Yes.
friend's company.
Of course, that.
Exactly.
Also, the yes, the perspective. All of the above. We'll be back.
We'll be here.
Alexander, if anything happens, just shoot a sending.
Of course.
So follow Eldon to the cemetery.
Eldon, the cemetery is in the same place that you remember. Much of Grassgrave remains the same, much is different. Nobody seems to really recognize you. In fact, it's almost alarming you don't even recognize you as you walk through these streets that you once haunted. You catch your reflection in a mirror, and it's jarring because 20 some odd years have passed. And you don't really recognize yourself from that boy that you left. You don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just how it is. You feel the tips of your fingers begin to tingle a little. like electricity in the air as you walk. You find the cemetery. Leona, what you see is a large, open, sort of almost unkempt grassy area, guarded by a simple wrought iron gate that appears to be deteriorating at the same rate as everything else in this town. On 3 sides are woods, so it's sort of cut into the forest right here. There's a small path to get to it. And stones. Rocks, dirt. The gate is open. One of the doors having fallen on one of its hinges. There you are at the cemetery. It's quite large.
Just gonna walk around and look until I find Mal's headstone.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It takes a little bit of time, but after seeing a lot of unfamiliar names, a couple you recognize, you find Mallory. Leona, you see, stopped at a headstone. Eldon has stopped at a headstone of someone who died. How many years ago was it, Eldon? 20?
Yeah, 20 years ago.
20 years ago. The person looks to be around 16, 17 when they died.
I will approach quietly. How did you know them?
Grew up together. Sometimes we were friends, sometimes we weren't, but I was with him when he died.
I'll put a hand on your shoulder. I'm so sorry, Eldon. What was he like?
Kind of arrogant. Kind of a shit talker, you know. Teenage boy. See, I kind of feel responsible for it, even though I know I'm not.
Knowing you're not responsible for something is very different than not feeling like you're responsible for something. I'd be more than happy to hear what happened. Do you think?
Yeah.
Sometimes talking about it gives you a new perspective.
Sure. Okay. So I was going out on one of my adventures, I guess you could say. I used to just run around outside of town and just explore, and I had found this old abandoned temple outside of town. I wanted to go check it out. And I was heading out of town, and he caught up with me, and he kind of insisted on coming with me. And, you know, we met a strange old man there, and then a storm came in out of nowhere. It was deafening. It was just the biggest storm you'd ever seen, and we were trying to leave, and boy, this sounds weird. There was an explosion, like a lightning bolt hit that church, and it sent a shockwave. I was knocked out, and when I woke up, he was under a tree. Big ass tree. Just big motherfucking tree. And I lifted it off of him.
You
Yeah.
lifted the tree?
Yeah.
The whole
Remember
tree?
remember how I told you about my little vision in the tower and about the god and the
Yes, I do. It's on my list. Yes.
Yeah, it's your list, yeah. I think that's when it happened. Pretty sure that's when it happened.
Have I heard any stories or tales of anything like this happening anywhere, anytime?
What do you specifically? Would you like to know if you have heard
Like,
of this specific incident, or things like this happening?
Things like this, like a sudden storm, or sudden like.
It sounds unnatural to you.
Okay. Well.
See, the day after is the day I was sent to the army.
Sent to the army.
Yeah.
I always had the impression that you.
Yeah, no, I was not a good kid. I was not a good kid, and I got into trouble all the time, and
Eldon,
that was the last straw, I guess.
just because you get into trouble doesn't mean you're not a good kid.
They got rid of me.
Who?
On that note, Eldon, another tombstone catches your eye.
It says what I think it says, right?
10 years ago.
Her. She sent me.
I will look. Did you take that? Is the name? Is his name the same?
Yannicka?
Is the last name Vale?
Is it Yannicka Vale?
Oh, no, her name was not Vale.
Oh, who was she?
She watched after me. Okay, so here's everything. Okay, so I never knew my parents, and I was kind of passed around town. Different families would watch after me. She was the last one.
Hmm.
And she sent me away. Looking back on it, I don't know if it was the worst idea. I think she was probably right. But it still hurt, you know.
Of course. Have you spoken to her since you left?
No. I haven't been back. I haven't spoken to anyone. I didn't honestly never expected to come back.
I understand that.
I figured that was just another life, and I was in my current life now, and You know, I left that where it was, and I was where I am, and I was fine with it. But here we are.
Past life, current life, still a part of you, Eldon. They usually manage to find a way to come together again, whether we want it to or not.
I haven't recognized anybody since we've been here. It's just a whole new place. It's foreign to me. These names on these headstones are the only connection I have to this place. That's probably okay. I'm glad to have seen him, though.
I'm glad that you decided to bring me along. Thank you for sharing, Eldon. I know it's not always easy. And I know there's still some hurt from this place, but
I am glad it's still here. And I'm glad that we helped keep it that way.
me too.
I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to come back sometime.
Well, you certainly don't have time now to
No.
do a whole lot, but I think maybe you'd be surprised. There might be some faces you didn't recognize at first glance, but based on what you've shared, I think there might be some people that wouldn't recognize you at first glance either.
Yeah, I don't recognize myself sometimes, so that would make sense. Thank you again.
Of course.
Just not just for this, but for you and just for not letting up, making me share, making me talk. I'm not used to that, and doing that kind of feels nice.
I told you it would. I just have to just need to convince Kestra of the same truth, and
Yeah, I mean, good luck.
it's fine.
She'll get there.
She will.
Yeah.
You should have seen her when we first met.
No, yeah?
Do you know where she said she was from?
Where?
Place with a capital P.
I have a feeling I wouldn't have liked her.
Maybe not.
She's good now. Whoever she was before, I like her now. I like you now. I like us. I like this group.
I do too. Very fortunate to have found each other.
I can agree with that. I think we should head back.
I will reach an arm out for you to take.
Eldon, Leona, somehow the walk back seems brighter. The sun has set a little bit further into the sky, so it's a little warmer. The birds are out. There's a fine breeze. Leona. You've been the recipient of many sendings. Usually they are a delight to receive. Sometimes you hear the voice of Salix. Sometimes Alexander or Zytharia. But not today. As you and Eldon are walking back towards the airship, you hear, Leona. It's me, Roman. I've been missing you. We stopped by Wolfcrest, but you weren't there. I hope you're doing well.
So, when I get the message, I stop. When I recognize the voice, I stop. And then I'm going to I think there's like a small part of her that's gonna gag a little bit at the idea of him trying to follow us. But it's a hard stop. I'm not responding. I'm not replying to that sending.
Okay.
What's wrong?
Who, sorry. We should go. Just heard a voice I haven't heard in a while.
Who was it?
Roman.
Yeah, let's go. In brisk pace.
We're brisk. They're brisk.
That has settled y'all's corruption.
Thank God.
You make your way back to the tavern where you dropped Kester off, and they're still there. What have y'all been doing?
I mean, I think just having a friendly pint and maybe
Drinking.
I think I might be applying Atlas for any information on Iowan. Just kind of like, what can we expect? Have you heard of this temple? Anything?
Well, it's definitely warmer than Wolfcrest. Considerably warmer.
I mean, that's not very difficult.
And how do you feel about sand?
I always enjoyed the beach. I mean, is that what we're talking about? Or
Think of miles and miles of beach that gets in everything if you're not dressed properly.
Have you been to the desert here? The Zarin desert? Have you been there? Is it the same kind of desert? Because that desert I know. But that's more like rocky, cactusy, dusty, craggy, gross desert.
So, every place I have been here has been with you.
So no. Okay.
Okay,
It-
so sand.
Does it have like cacti and rocky outcroppings and shit like that, canyons and stuff? Or
In some
really no.
places, but most places it's just endless sand.
That sounds terrible.
So is it flat?
No, there are dunes. I mean, it is called the Dunes of Dread.
Oh, well, that's not a fun name. Is it a misnomer? Is it one of those things where it's like, oh, they're actually very nice, and someone called them that because they were very nice and they didn't want people showing up?
That's what you hoped with the Grim, and that's not how
I
that
know,
turned
and it
out.
has yet to happen.
Don't
It
think
is-
that happens very often, Blondie.
It is very aptly named, and most of the land is ruled by a very greedy, rich merchant class that works its people to death so that they can continue to profit.
Who do they trade with?
They have ways of getting goods in and out of Ireland. They trade with other people.
Okay. I mean, Miss Burke is the only one I've ever heard of who's made the trek, so I would just...
I
It's
mean,
odd.
Sarah and I made it out.
Fair. How did you make it out, by the way?
That little thing you do on the ground.
Oh, a teleportation circle. All right.
At this time, you see Eldon and Leona walk in.
Do they have the looks on their faces of someone that just
I am very pale.
I
I
mean,
mean, I'm
Very
not.
determined.
you're all very pale. comparatively.
I was about to say Leona's kind of like Leona's low key
Oh my
pale
God.
anyway, but she's
For
like
that.
white in the face. Like you know, you can tell when someone's
Yeah.
like not okay.
Yeah.
Leona's not okay.
What?
No, we
What
need to,
happened?
we need to go.
What did you
Something
do?
happened.
We didn't do anything. No, privately. We
Right.
need to speak privately.
All right. Well,
We get to the
Alright.
ship. Is
No.
Amelia ready? Captain Burkhart.
Captain Burke,
Yeah.
yes.
Burke, dang it! Do that every time.
Yeah,
DM,
Let's get in the air.
I'll put
before
a
we
silver.
leave for the ship, would it be possible for me to leave something and get something?
Depends on those things. Why don't you tell me what they are?
I would like to get several bottles of very nice wine.
4 gold.
Easy enough. And as we have gotten here before our friends, I would like to leave a present for Salix, if possible.
Sure, you are a reference to the blacksmith. There's a good place to kind of leave this kind of thing. There are 2 elves. One is much older, black hair that has kind of faded into a gray. And then a younger one maybe looks in his 200 or 300 years. Also black hair, kind of silver eyes. Lithe elven form. You are able to leave it with Vesper and his father Orim. And
If you,
I'm sorry, who did you want to leave this for?
a young elvish monk named Salix.
Can you
This,
describe her to me?
very chipper, very tall, has a somewhat aloof brother, flower crown.
Flower crown, okay. I think that should be enough. I'll see to it that she gets this.
Thank you. It served me well in a time and place where it was much needed, and I hope to do the same for her.
Okay. You can message me what that item is.
Copy that.
Fate's chosen, you find yourself back on the Pathfinder, Amelia Burke's airship. It looks the same as last you left it. Much improved from the first time that Leona and Kessler saw it. Captain Amelia Burke and her 6 sailors are ready to go.
Wanda, you're sure that's what that, like...
Absolutely. And if you want, I can make sure that I prep Featherfall every day just in case.
No, I trust you.
I mean, do you want to test it here before we take off? Just jump off the side of the ship. It's about a 20-foot drop. It wouldn't really hurt you if you actually hit. It would just hurt a little bit, but you'll slow down, you'll land on your feet.
That's fair, I guess. I think I've... All right, fine. And I'm before I can change my mind, I will jump off the side of the ship before I change my mind. I'm gonna jump.
Holy shit! What?
She's fine. She has a ring of Featherfall.
What?
She just wanted to test it before we actually got in the air. She doesn't like heights very much.
Kesra,
Yeah.
what do you think this is like for you?
Absolutely terrifying. It's especially the first like half second. The initial first drop, like I almost like out of fear just completely black out, and then as I keep falling, I actually like see like a rooftop in the distance. For some reason that's what catches my eye, and as I slow down, it's this strange feeling that I haven't... It's like things slow down just a little bit, and I don't know why that roof specifically is what caught my eye, but like I just watch as like my perspective on the roof changes. It's really strange, and then I land on my feet on the ground, which is what it's like when you jump off of a 20-foot diving board.
See, that wasn't so bad, was it?
He calls from hundreds of feet into the air.
No, I said before we took off. We were like 20 feet off the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I still almost vomit. Once the logical part of my brain catches up with what happens, I like almost hurl from the tension of it. I don't though. And I look at the ring, and I shove it down further on my hand so it does not ever even remotely think about coming off. And then I go back on the ship. So.
And if that's all that you all have, then you can depart from Grassgrave. One last
Sounds good.
time. What this airship journey is about 6 days. What would you like to accomplish?
I mean, I guess the first night, maybe talk with Miss Burke once we're in the air. I think she said she would tell us more once we were in the air, but
More about what?
About the passage. Like, what can we expect? What should we expect?
All right. Let me just get this straight. Are y'all going to Raishar or Talira first, and then we're going to Iolin first?
I thought we were going to Talira to use the telescope to take us to Iola.
No, I think...
Well, then how y'all are going to get back?
That was before we were... That was before we had plans to make a detour.
the detour.
Now we're just as, I mean, it's just this. It's the same distance.
It's actually going to take us probably longer to get to Raisha from here than, or to get to Lira or
Lira.
Raisha instead of just
Yeah.
going to Iolan.
And plus, if we take the ship, we can probably make some money on the way back, carrying merchant goods.
Well, here's the thing about that. I need to be honest with y'all. Iolan. Yes, it's a hard journey, alright? The ocean is made of portals to the elemental plane of sea and the air, elemental plane of air. There's also a vastly different cultural difference between the Empire and Iolan. The Empire has been notoriously very strict about who they let onto the continent. Getting there is not going to be a problem. Getting back, well, it's a good thing we've got Leona here. I don't know how strict they're going to be on the borders now that there's a civil war. Although, from what I hear, it's coming to an end. I don't know. I'm just saying y'all be prepared for people being the worst thing you have to deal with on this trip. You hear?
Alright.
Now, because we're at Grassgrave, we need to fly a little bit west of here before we can head south. From there, it will be a very bumpy ride. Probably take about a week. First day and the last day will be the easiest. And each day getting harder till it gets better. About halfway through. Well, let's just say it's a good thing y'all are all talented and strong people because we might need your skills.
I don't know that much about airships, but I've been on a ship.
I'm talking about your skill with the blade.
Oh, yeah. Alright. Why?
Elementals are dangerous. They don't go down easy. Now, I was able to get to Iolan and back last time because I had the 7 with me. Including a certain grave cleric. That made things a lot easier, but this is going to be a dangerous stride. It's not going to be like hitching a ride from Wolf Crest to Grassgrave. Alright?
Thank you for being our captain.
Yeah.
Of course. That's what I'm here for. Alright, well, if there's no other objections, I will set course.
Well, there are a lot of objections. We've got to set course anyway.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
Homeward bound.
Aren't y'all gonna give her some money? Okay, just checking. Alright, well.
Oh, yeah. I'm distracted.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It can be handled discreetly.
Sure. Alright, just checking
We
what
have
else gonna happen.
we have a week.
Okay. Let's talk about this journey. You will have 2 days of uninterrupted downtime to do as you please. You set sail, leaving Grassgrave behind, flying way above it. You can feel the wind already, first day, whipping at you if you are on the top deck. This craft is beautiful, recently restored, recently remodeled. Fate's chosen. The day is yours.
So, Leona, we need to talk. Should we get everybody? Or would you rather not?
There are no secrets when it comes to Roman. So, probably over dinner or tea or something.
Okay.
So, got a message earlier today from Roman. Didn't say much other than they. I don't know exactly who they is, but they went to Wolf Crest. I assume after we'd already left. I don't know if he's following us. I don't know if it's just a game. But,
Question. Who is Roman?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right.
A human bag of filth.
he was someone that I thought I knew growing up. Someone that I thought I cared deeply about. I did care deeply about. But he wasn't who I thought he was. So,
Did he hurt you?
I'm gonna give her shoulder a squeeze.
I try not to think of people as being bad. Everyone has good in them somewhere.
I'm pretty sure he willfully stomped his out.
Yep.
He's he works for Apollyon,
The assembly.
Yeah.
And maybe also the silence. That part gets very fuzzy.
I mean, if I see him, I'm not hesitating.
Don't. Yes, absolutely
I
not.
won't.
That's what we're
He
saying.
won't hesitate with us. So.
That's right. That's what we're saying.
So you're saying This
If we see him,
person
he's
is-
dead.
understood.
Last time we saw him, we were escaping from the castle, and he was, I think, half a second from trying to blow us all to smithereens if Blondie hadn't gotten his teleportation circle up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we barely made it out.
And that was.
I did attempt to punch him in the face, except it wasn't actually him, and that is one of my biggest regrets. Said it was fake him. But
He is an agent of darkness and chaos. Understood.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
should be
yes.
dealt with as such.
Yes.
we don't have many kill on sight people. Roman's the top of the list.
Yep.
It's also not great that he's looking for us. We should probably check in with Wolfcrest.
thinking
Usually
the same
where
thing.
he is, there's a lot of devils involved as well.
I was thinking of reaching out to Zythoria anyway. So we didn't get a proper goodbye. She should be back, right?
I mean,
I-
she disappeared. I think she.
I imagine she has something set up. She does. She has something set up, and I would
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, you
I'd
should
probably
check on
check
her.
in with her and see. Like I said, there's no way of telling if he actually was at Wolfcrest or
He could have been lying, but we don't know.
no.
Manipulating as usual.
Well, let's see. Reach out to Zytharia. I can reach out to Mistress Wolfwood. If you think that's prudent.
It would make me feel a bit better. Don't know what we can really do from here except let them know what we've heard.
Exactly. If nothing else, it means they can be a little bit more alert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
Hey. I will cast send into Zytharia.
Okay.
Hi, Zytharia. It's Leona. Sorry we didn't get to say goodbye. Type muted. Wanted you to know the assembly might be near Wolfcrest. Please be safe.
Time ticks by, as it always feels like it does in these sendings when you're waiting for a reply. Hello, Leona. Thank you for your warning. Unfortunately, we have another problem. Malamir's shop is gone. I'm sorry, Harmony's shop is gone. Destroyed by Fae. Neither of them made it out.
What's the matter, Leona? What did she say? Do we need to return to Wolfcrest? Has it been attacked by the Assembly?
No. Harmony shop. Where we got Elden's shield. It's been destroyed.
By Roman?
Ow.
Okay.
Why are the Fae attacking Wolfcrest?
God, fuck.
Dress, you think?
It's the only thing that I can think of.
Neither of them survived.
They were killed and their shop is destroyed over a dress.
We didn't even leave the dress there.
But it's a nice dress, but like,
The material is.
I vaguely remember At one point, Sparkle said that something, God, I don't fucking remember, something about Faye giving off like some kind of signal. That's why that one chick could find her and swap her dress out. And that before, what's his face, the god that's dead now, was hiding her. He was like actively hiding her so that she could do Fae stuff and not have other Fae creatures find her. But we don't have that because he's fucking. And we brought out this goddamn.
It sounds to me like we need to leave that dress in the bag.
Yeah.
That is a shame. They were quite adept. I'm glad the warning got through, though.
Yes. She said there hasn't really been anything of that nature. She did appreciate the warning, so hopefully if there is trouble, they have at least some preparation.
Of course.
God, what the hell is happening with the Fae that they destroyed a whole shop because of?
They are, to my understanding, capricious, violent, and retaliatory.
Aside from
Once,
its
I think.
aside from its value, is there any particular reason why they can't have it?
We have no use for it.
I don't know anything about it. Other than the fact it's really expensive.
It's
And it was-
it's very magical, and it was a gift.
I think that at least for the meantime, it might be best if we just left it in the bag
Yeah.
where it is on another plane and therefore not causing problems on this one.
I'm gonna turn in early tonight. I'll see you all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
You're gonna be okay?
Mindy, card check, please. Thank you.
Leona,
I will be.
the last time we were on the ship, you decided to do that vision thing, and given recent circumstances, it might be wise to avoid doing that, possibly.
And to have another vision, I will tell someone.
Appreciate it.
Good night. I will go to my room.
What do you do once you're there?
I don't know why I'm so emotional. I mean, besides me, I'm going to lay on the bed. What kind of bed is this?
It's very close to the ground. Basically, there is a watertight place underneath that's like a drawer that you can slide in and out, but it's only like this tall. Maybe it's the length of the bed. Not grass, straw mattress.
it made for 1 or 2?
2. Ish. Too small. It's
Two,
like a
yeah,
double.
like a full. Like, yeah. I will lay on the bed, facing where Ray would be if he were here. And I'll just kind of run a finger over the top of the blankets, and I will activate my circlet. I'll lightly touch it with my other hand. And I will just sing a little song that he will recognize, at least the tune. Should we ever be apart and your heart be far from mine, I'll think fondly of the night when we danced with fireflies. I love you. Let me cry.
Leona. I don't know where you are or what you're doing, but I heard that in your voice just now. I'm right there with you, always. Truly. Good night, my love. And I will see you soon. What is the rest of Fate's Chosen doing with their afternoon into early evening?
I would like to just sit on the deck and try to do a couple of pendants out of the dragon claw I took. And at some point, I would like to talk to the captain about maybe acquiring some other tools.
Ah! Oh, You look like the shifty type. I'll tell you what, go talk to Mitch. Mitch can hook you up.
Appreciate it.
Mitch is a scrawny human man. He is maybe 5'7". Very easy to underestimate. Oh, how can I help you?
I'm looking for some tools of the trade that I used to use in my youth that I've been told by the captain you might be able to help me acquire.
She knows I don't do that no more. Yeah, I got something for you. Come on. You watch as you go, he leads you back to kind of his quarter where there are 17 locks on the door. And he looks might be in his 40s or 50s. Kind of got that wiry frame about him. But the way he moves his hands across these bolts, you would think he was casting a spell. His fingers are so quick. It's hard for even you to see what they're doing. After a short symphony, he opens the door and sneaks inside, comes back out with a black leather toolkit. There, a young budding thief has everything he needs. Or they need. there you have it. A set of thieves' tools.
Appreciate it. Actually, while I've got you here,
What's
I'm
up?
a little rusty. Mind giving me a refresher?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me see how well he can teach. Pretty well. He takes you across the hall to the captain's quarters, where there are 6 locks. Miwashi gets a couple out, and one-handed does the first 3. Two-handed does the next 3. Kind of breaking each step by step down for you. It's quite helpful.
Thanks.
No worries, I'm gonna go have some cookies. Be right back. He sneaks into the captain's quarters.
I saw nothing.
There you are, friends.
The first night after news of the magic shop and the dress, Kessler will probably stay at the bar for a little while. She will have a full tankard in front of her. She will just stare at it, because technically speaking, it was her idea to take the dress out, and now, you know, 2 people that did absolutely nothing to deserve it are now gone. So she's going to be spending probably the rest of the night staring into her drink before she retires for the evening. So
What are the rest of you doing?
Trying on my new armor.
Whoa,
Elden, go.
I'm just trying on my new armor. That's it.
looks pretty sweet.
I'll probably sit with Kesra a little bit as she's
Moping?
moping. Are you drinking the beer, or are you just staring at it?
I'll probably like take a sip and then probably just stare at it. So, because it's one thing to like retaliate against people that are, you know, this is it's very different from what she usually encounters, and she feels real bad. So
You took that news very hard. You're taking that news very hard, Kesra.
Well, I'm the one that brought up the dress, so
There's no way you could have known. None of us knew. We all knew that it was a very important piece of arcana, but I mean, there's no way you could have known that would happen.
yeah, well, still feel shitty. I mean, like, logically, you're right. And that'll make me feel better probably later. But
I understand. I'm definitely not happy about it. It is never good that innocence should suffer. But don't let it weigh too heavily on you. There's already so much that is. You don't need to carry this burden.
no doubt I'll get over it way sooner than I should.
I doubt that.
Yeah, well. Too smart for your own good sometimes, Blondie.
Most of the time, probably.
Most of the time, probably.
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Nah. Thank you.
All right. Well, if you continue at this pace, I think you're on your way to a very reasonable night. It's good to see that showing a little bit of restraint.
You know, that makes me want to just chug this thing right now. Like
I know.
immediately.
But I also know that you can do it.
What,
You can
chug
have
it
that
right now?
restraint. No.
Yeah?
I know you can do both, but
Shit. Yeah.
don't let them get into your head too much.
Well, there's not much to see in there anyway, so.
Yes, but you let them in. I'm not talking about the shopkeepers. They may have points, but you're doing what you are meant to. You don't have to exult in it. Beating you over the head doesn't help anything. But I've seen what you can do. You're amazing. Your sword, I saw it through that bramble. It was a pillar of light.
Yeah, it was really fucking bright. I was supposed to hit it 4 times. I only hit it 3 because that last one was
Oh darn.
it's really bright.
Gessera,
Mm.
Dimples. I've seen you do amazing things when you want to. And I realize you don't particularly want to right now. But I also see that spark of adventure in you. You say you want to sit there and live a simple life, but if that was true, you wouldn't have started being a mercenary.
I was very different back then.
And you're very different since I met you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave you to your introspective.
Doesn't happen very often. I think I have to embrace it while I got the chance.
And that, my friends, is where we will take our first break. Our first and only break. We only take one. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just work here. Please, if you're watching this, get up, get something to drink, do some stretches, wash your hands. And stay tuned for a special word from some of our sponsors.
Ooh.
Welcome back. Before we get started, I want to do a quick plug for my DM's Bootcamp. This bootcamp is designed to help you refine your skills and be a great dungeon master and define what you think a great dungeon master is. I will be assisted by the lovely Mindy. She is lending her teaching expertise, and she will also be taking the bootcamp as well. We have 2 spots in this bootcamp that are currently sponsored, meaning the spots are paid for, which is very exciting. Thank you to some very, very generous people. Oh yeah, the camp starts on May 27th. It's on Wednesdays. We will find, whenever the class roster is finalized, we will finalize a time that it will start, but it'll definitely be after, in the afternoons, or evenings. And it'll run for 6 weeks. It will be great. And for this first one, it's any level of DM, whether you've never DM'd before or you've been DMing as long as, I don't know, you've been alive, whatever. So, I'm looking forward to the boot camp. It's gonna be really good. We've got some really great people signed up so far, so I'm really excited. That's it. We ran campaign codes ads. Let's go ahead and get back into the game. It is the first day. I'm assuming that none of the rest of you need to do anything on the first day. Second day rolls around and it's clear skies, smooth sailing, an absolutely beautiful day out over the sea. Those of you with a perception higher than 20, which is, I don't think... You've got a passive. Your passive is above 20. You would notice that there is a storm way off in the distance.
Sweet.
But you don't see out... So far, you do not see anything out in front of you. You still see the coastline. You can still see Grassgrave behind you. It's still there. What would you like to get done on the second day?
At some point in time, I want to find Atlas when he is, I don't know, somewhere on the deck, someplace that's maybe not alone, but where that we won't be disturbed.
Easy enough. It's actually kind of a quiet day, and so a lot of the sailors are taking it easy. You can find Atlas, I'm assuming, doing his stretches or workout or something.
It looks exhausting.
You get used to it after a while. Healthy mind, healthy body.
And how long did it take you to get used to it?
I've been training in one way or another since I was a child. But, it's like anything. How long did it take you to get used to doing spells and conjuring things and raising the dead?
Well, I haven't really gotten used to some of that, but I'm really more curious. So, you've been doing it all your life. I mean, I've done some martial training. Did you enjoy it at first?
Enjoy isn't exactly what I would call it. My father put me in it, said I was a bit of a delinquent. Thought it might calm the fires inside, and it did. Taught me so many more things.
I mean, but you were forced to do it.
Forced is a heavy word. I would say heavily persuaded.
And if you had said no?
I was a child. I would have done it anyway.
All right. When did it become easier?
Probably about the second year in.
Was there any reason why?
The other monks that I trained with, there were 9 of them. Each one had a particular specialty that they kind of taught you. And they made learning challenging and fun at the same time.
Interesting. Something somewhat similar happened to me when I was at the academy. At first, I was able to master some of the cantrips at first. First few years there were all right, but it got increasingly difficult. I couldn't get quite the hang of some of the spells. It wasn't until I found something that I really enjoyed doing that I was able to truly accelerate. I need you to stop bringing Kestra down. When
Really?
your dad was yelling at you to work out and be better, it didn't seem to help you. It wasn't until those teachers made things enjoyable that you actually started to do things, was it?
I was a child. Kessra is an adult.
Yes, but she's just
grown with
now coming to grips with
responsibilities.
powers that she has not had before.
Oh, that's the excuse. She's just now
Excuse?
coming to grips with it. She has a great power and a great responsibility, and she needs to own up to them.
Owning up doesn't mean you have to like it, especially not at first, especially when it's been literally forced on you. Not figuratively.
There is darkness swallowing this world every second that we breathe.
Yes. And you do nothing to help. You only bring her down.
Not that kind of darkness.
All you do is say, oh, you're not doing good enough. You need to be better. You need to be happier.
I've never said she needs to be happier, but she does need to do better. Or else the things that are coming, the things that she is trying to achieve, will swallow her whole.
And you think that just telling someone do better helps?
I will help her in whatever way I can to try to help her achieve her goals. Her sister, Eldon, you. But she has to want it first. She has to take on that responsibility.
And do you think she might want it a little more if she got a little more encouragement and a little less, oh, I won't give this to you until you're better? On that subject, you owe her that. You helped some podunk elf that you have never met recover a relic that is dangerous beyond belief on the word of one person. And you won't give her this item that she is destined to use.
Because that podunk elf owned up to his responsibility and sought out that power. He wanted that power. His sister died so that he could get that power.
She didn't die. She was brought back instantly.
I'm pretty sure she was still shredded by a fucking dragon. And he made that sacrifice. He did what he needed to do to fulfill his quest and his mission.
Exactly. And she needs that to do what she is supposed to do.
And I'm just supposed to hand her this kind of power.
You did to that boy.
Yes, he wanted it.
So wanting power, like a wizard, say, is allowed. If you want power, you're allowed to just have it? You're saying I should just go around and use my power willy-nilly?
And
because I want
backed by
it?
people that I have come to trust. Zytharia was at his back. Sura trusts him. People that I care about cared about him
good.
and believed in him.
And yet, this group who believes and trusts Kesra, we don't deserve that same consideration.
You might have that consideration more than she does, because you are the one here talking to me about it and not drinking yourself into a stupor. When she's ready, if she is ready, I'll hand it over.
When she
Not a
is
moment
ready,
before. Unless you wish to try to take it from me now.
and I walk away.
I'm here whenever you wish to try.
Can I get some cards, please? Thank you. Well, Dungeons and Dragons, right? Okay. Leona, what are you doing?
Wishing I was not in my room right now. So I woke up early, had some prayer time, and probably spent a lot of time thinking about the shop. And knowing what I know, I probably would have gotten my bag out and pulled out the 2 black dragon scales that I collected, and then a couple of the white and blue that I did not give to them. And I'm gonna try to restring a necklace and see if I can figure out how to imbue magic myself.
Why don't you go ahead and roll a spellcasting check for me? For you, that would be charisma.
Oh, I do have an advantage.
You do.
Well, that's so great. I'm glad I rolled 2 lower. So that's a 11, right? Just spellcasting modifier, right? So
Yeah,
just plus
plus
5.
charisma. Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Try as you might, you cannot seem to figure out how to imbue this necklace at the time. In fact, so tell me exactly how many talents and claws you have set out for this.
I do think I have, let me see real quick and see if I do have another. I do. So I do have a few talents. So I want to just do 1 talent and then like 1 of each color on either side of the talon.
Get 1 talon. So a
Just
talon in the
1
center.
A talon and then 2 white scales,
Okay.
blue scales, black scales. Yes, in that order.
You unfortunately burn up 2 of the black scales in this attempt.
So I have no black scales. Okay. Well. Okay. That is okay. Okay. I have a few more of the other scales, so I'll try again. That's just what I'm doing for a little bit. It's okay. No, it's okay. I mean, this is not magic Leona has ever. No, it makes perfect sense.
I know it hurts me to say. It hurts me to hurt you, Mindy.
So, I feel like that probably occupies a lot of my time, not necessarily because I'm trying to avoid anybody. I think I just get very absorbed in it for a good chunk of the day, probably a little past lunch. I just haven't been down. I haven't left yet. You know, when you get like in the zone, even though it's not super productive. I'm trying real hard. It feels like I'm being productive.
Definitely.
At some point just before lunch, because that's a little bit after when I woke up, you will hear a knock on your door.
Who? Leona?
Leona will, yeah.
Who is it?
It's me.
Oh god. And I'm gonna start scrambling to hide all this, shoving this stuff in my bag. Hold on a second. Come in.
Well, very confused, still slightly groggy, open the door. You... Okay.
Yes. Hi. Good morning. Good morning? Good afternoon? What time is it?
It's daylight. That's about all I got.
Good day.
Yeah.
You're right.
I have a question, but I don't have good luck with answers. So I'm trying to figure out if I really want to ask the question.
I'm gonna get up off the floor because it was definitely like on the floor, and I'll sit on the bed and I'll pat the bed as an invitation should you want to sit and join.
Is there a chair in there? Okay, I will bring a chair around and I'll sit it in front of her backwards so I can lean on the back of the chair because I'm a ragamuffin. So there's a lot of things that I don't get Most of it I don't get on purpose because I just don't need to know. Doesn't not any of my business. But one thing that I have never ever in my entire life understood is why people follow the gods. I never got it. It seems abso-fucking-lutely ridiculous. And before all this shit, I just kind of chuckled at people and went on my way. And now I have to do what's his face says, because him. But I don't. Why would those kids willingly go into the face of an ancient fucking green dragon? Because some chick on a different plane told them they needed to. I genuinely don't fucking get it.
Well, I can't speak for Kendall and the rest of them, but I can speak from my own experiences. There is a moment sometimes when I am praying or singing to Sarenrae where I feel different. I feel like a version of myself that I didn't know existed. The best version of myself. And those feelings, that experience that I have, comes with this understanding that maybe those feelings, maybe the way that I feel in those moments is what's true about me. That Sarenrae herself sees something in me, in my future that I couldn't possibly fathom. The gods know far more than we do. Whether we want that to be true or not is... But when I chose to become an oracle, and it was a choice, I chose to accept it because if the Everlight saw that in me, and surely it must be true. I know you don't feel as though you have had a choice, Kesra. But there is a reason Paylor chose you. Whether or not you see it, whether or not you have felt, experienced that feeling that I described earlier, it doesn't make the truths about you any less. You are capable, you are strong. Paylor wouldn't have chosen you otherwise. sometimes it's just a matter of them seeing something in us that we couldn't see ourselves. I think you know a little bit of what I'm talking about. I just think a part of you doesn't want to believe it. I believe it. And you know, I say that, but you're still here. If there wasn't a small part of you that was at least curious, you would have left. But I think part of you wonders if it's possible, maybe even wants to believe that it's possible that Palor's right about you. I don't know how much of an answer that was.
Wow.
We do as the gods say because the tasks that they put before us are for the betterment of many. And sometimes when we're the ones tasked, it's because we're the only ones that can do it. Whether we believe we can or not.
I'm hungry. Have you had anything to eat yet?
Not yet.
Well, let's go.
And we'll go get some food.
Go have some lunch.
Anything else today?
Yeah, I'm gonna take out this little figurine.
Oh,
I
yeah?
got. Yeah. And I'm gonna do the thing. I'm going to hold it in my hands. And it says to speak the command word. I'm gonna say the name Yannicka and set it down on the deck, on the top deck, and back away.
And you watch as it turns into a giant owl. This thing is one of the largest beasts you've ever seen in your life. It's easily many, many feet taller than you are, and it simply shudders in the wind and peeks its head down at you.
Hi there. I'm not sure what to say, but I'm gonna call you Yannicka. And if you'd like, you can fly around for a while.
Gives you an acknowledging sort of. It doesn't so much speak as it messages you its intentions. And you watch it swoop down for just a moment before it flies off into the distance, kind of circle. It goes up very high, and you watch it dive a few times before gently taking flight next to your airship.
Is anybody else around for that?
else
I'll be
was.
watching from the side of the deck.
See that?
Quite impressive, my friend.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Can you? I'm gonna say to Yannicka, can you hear me from there, or do you have to be like real close?
You get an acknowledgement in response that as long as you are on the same, yes, same plane of existence.
So, can I write you sometime? Is that a thing?
You receive back an affirmative.
This is awesome. I have a giant owl, Atlas.
You have a giant owl, my friend. It's quite impressive. Chauncey might get a little jealous.
Well, maybe she can pick Chauncey up and carry him with us. He might not like it, but you know.
I don't think that's going to go well.
It's fine. I can't wait to see what all this thing can do.
A lot of that going around.
Yeah. That's a pretty nice cape you got there.
Thank you. It'll be good protection from the sun when we get back home.
Yeah. I'm glad you're with us.
I'm glad to be here, my friend. I'm glad that you like having me around at least.
Is that what that noise was earlier?
Of a sort.
It's fine. It
Yeah,
happens, I think.
Yes.
I don't know what it was about. I can assume, but
We just have some differing opinions on things.
you know, if we all agreed, that'd be pretty boring, right?
Indeed. Eldon,
Yes, sir.
have you ever thought that in your life you were supposed to be on one path and that path might need to change?
I know for a fact my life was on a different path and that it changed for the better. We don't always have the choice to change that path. But there's always tomorrow. There's always more
Cool.
chances to change your story and get it right.
Indeed. I think I may be approaching a new chapter in mine.
A lot of that going around.
For the longest time, I thought I was here to bring light, spread hope, goodwill. Now, I might be here to watch the shadows and eliminate the threats that lie therein.
I think that's a worthy thing. Being the light in your own way. Illuminating the shadows, eliminating threats, protecting those around you.
We shall see. But yes. too bright and nice a day to be talking about shadows right now.
Right? I've got an eagle. That's my eagle right there.
Thought it was an owl.
Owl. It's an owl. What'd you think I said eagle? It's the wind.
It's
understand.
very
Very
windy
windy.
up here. Yes.
Anyway, I have an owl. She's dope.
Can't wait
I
to
think-
see you ride her into battle.
That'll be a thing, right?
Speaking of, something I wanted to kind of warn you about when we reach the dunes. Your armor.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You're going to be quite warm. I suggest you hydrate a lot.
I can do that.
I mean, a lot.
Will do.
You might want to pass that along to Kesra as well. Can't have our savior getting dehydrated.
No, we can't. That would be bad. We're here to protect her, right? Help her, assist her. Use whatever words you want. We're here to see the Veldahar reassembled. That's why we're here.
And placed upon its proper head.
That's right.
Whoever that may be.
Whoever that may be. We don't have that choice.
Agreed.
So wherever it lands, that's where we go, right?
If we want to see this through to the end.
That's right. She'll do fine.
She doesn't
She'll
have
get
a
there.
choice. Well,
She'll get there. I didn't
glad
have a
you
choice, and I think I worked out against all belief. She will too.
only time will tell, my friend. All right. Does anybody on this ship know how to play Three Dragon Ante?
No. Sorry.
Well, it's time to learn.
Is that a dice game?
It's a card game.
Oh, then no.
Adventurers.
Can I?
What? Yes, dear.
Is it the same day?
If you'd like it to be, yes.
Can it be the evening?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go find Alexander.
Okay. Alexander, where are you?
I probably would have just retreated to the opposite side of the ship. I definitely like being out in the sunlight, so somewhere up on deck, maybe.
Easy enough to find, Leona.
Hi, Alexander. Oh, wait. Lisa. How are you?
I'm fine, dear.
So I have a question for you. Do you know about magic that lets you see other people from far away?
Crying?
Yes, that's what it is. Yes, that. Do you by chance know if, say, I were to, I don't know, scry on somebody, if they would know that I scried on them?
I personally don't know the spell, but I have done a little bit of research on it. It really depends. some people are more perceptive to arcane forces surrounding their bodies, and so might be able to know or even block. They won't know who is scrying on them, but they will know that they are being scryed upon. That's just a possibility, though.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Who are you planning on spying on?
No one.
Better not be me.
Why would I spy on you? I can just ask you questions.
True. But who do you have to spy on?
Nobody. It was a hypothetical question, Alexander.
Leona, very little in your life is hypothetical.
I don't know what you're talking about. I will pull out the crystal ball. So this can scry, and I don't know, I considered the possibility of seeing where Roman is.
That is a dangerous game, dear.
You said
He won't know that it is you, but that he seemed an accomplished wizard, sorcerer, something of the like. I'm not sure. But as I said, he won't know that it's you, and we are moving, so that's good, but go for it. Be good to know where he is. If nothing else, if you're actually able to see him, we can perhaps tell Areo and Lady Wolfwood. They might, if he seems to be somewhere nearby where they might be, we might be able to put some pressure on him.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I'll lean up and give you a kiss on the cheek, and then I will go back. Before I go to bed, I will try to scry on Roman. You are muted.
Scrying is fun.
I don't know a whole lot about scrying.
I do.
I know a little bit, mostly from when I played with you, though.
Do you have
I already have a DC.
Or anything of Roman's?
I still have the sending stone.
You could try that.
Wait, do you? I thought we sent that in a box of shit.
Did we? You're right, we did. Hold on a second then. Hold on. Oh, I think I got rid of those.
I forgot about that.
I don't,
they-
because I'm pretty sure I burned the letters that I took to Lena.
Pretty sure you did burn them.
I burned those, so
Were the earrings from him?
Nope.
they were from Richard.
Mm.
So I guess technically no.
Okay.
I'm very familiar with him.
You are familiar with him, so he will take a penalty to his save. All right. Why don't you describe to me what it looks like as you are concentrating on this crystal ball?
So at first I just kind of stare at it because, let's be real, I don't really know if I want to know whatever I might see, if I really want to see anything. And after a minute I will pick it up and I will hold it in my hands and I will take a nice slow breath in and close my eyes and exhale on it, almost trying to cause a like that, that fog effect.
Yeah.
And then after, I will open my eyes and I will wipe the fog away and hope that I see something.
You begin to concentrate. At first, the crystal ball is a little foggy. The inside swirls a little. And then, even though you were looking into a very small sphere, you are somehow pulled in and your vision is taken over. You see a room. There is dim moonlight sifting in through the window, the open window. There once was a dresser or an armoire, a cabinet, a canopy bed, portraits of horses on the walls. You recognize this as a bedroom in Ilverness. Your bedroom. Your vision shifts a little and you see Roman Kentigern leaned back against the canopy bed, holding a hairbrush of yours. You watch as he pulls the strands out and collects them, puts them in a small bag. Looking at him now, you see this human man has an eye patch over one eye. His skin is darker, as if he's been spending extensive periods in the sun. He has stubble. His cheeks are gaunt. Brown eyes looking at the reflective surface of the silver brush handle. How long would you like to scry?
I think there is probably a long moment of kind of shock. So I think I'm probably going to stay until he moves in some way that's not this like very rhythmic movement that kind of breaks the stupor. Yeah.
After about 5 minutes, you hear a voice from the hallway. Roman, it's dinner time. Come along. And you hear his responsive. I'll be there in a moment, Alexandra.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull back if I can, please.
Yeah.
And then I would like to vomit everywhere. Not everywhere, but yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna throw up.
Yep. There is a bowl in your room. For
Fantastic.
Washing up and yes.
Holy spit. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go to bed because that's not gonna give me nightmares for days.
Third day. On this day, you can just barely see the coastline. Eldon, it's about halfway through your day when the storm clouds are much closer now. They are almost as if they are staying stationary and we are moving towards them. It's terrifying to think that you are heading straight for what looks like a tornado in the sky. But with that ridiculously high passive perception, you look behind you. And you see smoke from Grassgrave. Eldon, you know about fires? You were taught how to survive in the wilderness. And you know that kind of smoke can only come from the site of a city burning. You're not the only one who sees it. After a few minutes, you actually notice Captain Amelia Burke is looking at it through his telescope. Her mouth dropping in shock.
Do the rest of us eventually...
I'm actually gonna go find Leona.
Yes? Eldon? Are you okay?
Okay. Come here.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna show her, and I'm gonna say, do you think they're still there? Do you think that the others are still in Grassgrave right now?
I don't know. I don't know where they were going after this. I can find out. I'll cast Sending to Salix. Hi, Salix. It's Leona. Where are you? Please tell me you're not in Ilvinus. It's one word.
Grassgrave?
Grassgrave! Sorry, there's a lot going on in my brain right now. Grassgrave, please respond when you can. That's it. That's all I need.
You don't get any response back. At least not immediately.
Sometimes it takes her a moment to respond. I'll wait 10 minutes. And if I don't hear back...
We have to wait in real time.
Okay, no, that's fine. So in this processing time of waiting, I am pacing, but every so often I will, what's Eldon doing?
Pacing.
Okay. I will match your pacing, and I will walk alongside you.
I just... A week ago, I wouldn't have thought twice about that. Wouldn't have cared.
I'm sorry, Eldon. Truly.
It's what... It is what it is. It's what happens.
It doesn't make it any less difficult.
Nope. I just want to know what happened. I want to know who to blame.
Hopefully we'll head back and we'll have a better idea of what happened.
It's at this time that the rest of you would probably begin to notice as the crew is being informed.
Do we know if the kids, they're not fucking kids. Do we know if,
I don't know. I reached out to Salix. I haven't heard back, but if they were there, there's a chance they could be occupied.
What could have done that? I mean,
I mean,
Was it the
It
was it the
reminds-
Fae again?
Reminds me of.
no, that reminds me more of Fieldcrest.
I really hope they're not there right now.
They're capable. I'm sure the Raven Queen didn't send them on the grand adventure just to have them die in a town.
Leona, you get ascending. Leonite Zaitharia, have you heard from the Evertrees?
How?
Grassgrave was just attacked by the Assembly. By the Black Watch.
Shit. I reached out to Salix. I'm hoping I'll hear back soon. Do we have any idea why? Was there a reason? I will turn while I'm waiting to see if Zythara can give me a response, because I do know that depending on what else she's been doing today, those spells have limitations. I will turn to the rest of the party. It was the Assembly, the Black Watch. It was Lythoria.
You, hear a voice.
Leona, a portal opened up and devil spilled out. I closed it and we got as many people out as possible, but Grassgrave is gone.
This is okay. She said a portal opened, devils came out. She managed to close it. They tried to evacuate the city, but sorry, yours. I'm gonna cast sending one more time to Salix. Salix, it's Leona. I'm so glad to hear your voice. I can't count. Did your brother Kiri and Dev make it out? Are you safe?
For the record, for anybody watching, these are not pre-recorded. The player is actually responding live. Live from Eris.
Welcome to Open for Adventure, where all we do is cast sending via groups. That's all we do.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I will not apologize. I mean, I'll apologize to you, Eris. I'm sorry. Who's devils? Who's the Assembly? I haven't heard back from Zythari. I don't know if there was a specific reason or if it was. There's not a sun tree in Grassgrave, is there?
I would know that there's not, right?
Correct.
Yeah, though there's not.
I don't know.
Honestly,
Okay, there. What?
if Ray was able to do what he said he did, there's a lot of pressure on them right now. They may not have a reason other than just because they can.
I'm sorry. Who is the Assembly? Why are they doing this?
They are people enthralled to the hells.
They're the ones working for the guy that I have to defeat.
The Black Watch is the elite core of devils, led by Apollyon.
They're, if I remember correctly, they actually are specifically mentioned the Black Watches. In the prophecy that says that I have to do the thing, or
Right.
there will be nothing left.
So
It's just first wave. Is this? Do they expand from here? Where I mean,
Hardly the first wave. I mean, they attacked Fieldcrest. They were all over the capital. Areo fought hundreds of them. But, I mean, I think it's more than anything a reminder that we need to find these things and end this.
Yeah. No. When we handled Fieldcrest, we had a lot more people on our side.
we had 3 times the people.
And they were all real good.
They were much stronger than we were.
And it almost didn't work.
I mean, victory is relative, I suppose.
our people got out though. You said.
She said they tried to evacuate the city. I'm hoping that means that they didn't engage, and if they did, they didn't engage for long. I am guessing that I'm guessing if her brother or Kiri or Dev had been unable to get out, I'm sure she would have said something. I think, or I don't know. I asked.
It's fine. It's fine.
But they said they got as many people out as they could, but...
That's good. They did the right thing. Especially if they were able to close the portal before they left.
Yeah.
They did.
That's good.
Savik said she was able to close it, which at least means that there shouldn't be any more coming through, at least not through that portal right now.
Leona, can you, tell... God, I forgot the title again. Probably tell King Theo that there's a hell of a lot of devils loose.
You're right.
I can
in the
inform him.
grass. Blondie,
Thank you.
I forget that you can do that. Leona does it so much.
It's alright.
But even if she closed the portal, which she says she did, I believe she did, there's still that many devils that got out.
Leona.
Yes.
We're safe. We got the people into the forest and we're getting a camp set up. Sentinel felt the disturbance and he showed up too.
They're setting up camp in the Wildwoods. Sentinel must have felt the portal. He's there.
That makes sense. He's a smart guy.
I wonder if that means Sandoval knows.
Perhaps. I'll make sure King Theo knows. They don't take devilish incursions lightly in Asmaran, so I'm sure there will probably be a troop led by my sister there within a week.
Sounds like Wolfcrest already knows, since Aetharia contacted me.
Yeah.
Should I?
We're heading all the way over. Okay.
I'll do a sending to King Theo.
What does it say?
My lord, I regret to inform you that we have heard that Grassgrave has been assaulted by devils. The portal is closed, apparently, but help is needed.
A few minutes go by before you hear back from King Theo. Thank you for informing me. I will send help right away. We'll take care of it. Is everything all right with you?
I'll send a message back. We are fine. Fate's Chosen is on their way to hopefully collect the next piece of ending this devilish incursion on our plane.
Very good. Let me know if you need me.
King Theo has been informed. He'll be sending troops post haste.
Good.
What about Areo now? Do you think they don't already know?
I mean, well, he left. He left.
He left
Wolfcrest before we left.
did.
Okay,
Yep.
so yeah, he might not know.
I'll activate the circlet. Hi, Areo. It's Leona. Do I have? I mean, I do. I don't know if you've heard, but Grassgrave was attacked by a horde of devils. That's all I know. But I'll pause. Activate it again. Hope wanted you to know, in case you didn't already. I hope you're safe. Please respond if you can.
Leona, unfortunately, you do not get a response from Areo at this time.
Oh, he's very busy, so hopefully we'll head back sometime today.
Captain, how long till we reach the badness?
You got 4 more days. Well, until it gets to the worst of it.
Yes.
It's coming up in the next 2 days.
All right. Good.
Tonight is when it's gonna get bumpy.
Well. All right.
We're gonna start watching shifts. If you are on deck, you need to be tied down.
Good.
All of your belongings in your room need to be stowed away. Everything else in your room should be bolted down already. Hope y'all are ready for this.
We're about as ready as we can be.
If you got anything you need to do it now. Otherwise, we're gonna head out. Is there anything that Fate's chosen that you would like to do as the sun goes down?
I would
And-
probably stay by Eldon after everyone else went back. Because I imagine he's probably staying on the deck watching the smoke.
Yep.
We're already 3 days away.
Nothing we can do now.
By the time we get back, the fires will be out. The devils will
Long
be
gone.
scattered.
Yep. Don't like feeling helpless, but
Well, trust me when I say if you stick around us long enough, you'll have plenty of devils to punch in revenge.
oh, for sure. I have no doubt. Just need to focus on the task at hand.
Yeah, well. Don't forget-
Surviving the trip.
Yeah. I think I am looking. How do I say how much I really don't want this to happen? How do I find the words to describe how little I want to be on this ship in the next 3 days? I can't do it.
I understand. I do.
I hope I don't have to try out this ring.
I mean, it worked before, right?
Yeah, it was a 20-foot drop. I don't think there's anything good for me to land on if I fall off, so...
I have a giant owl.
That's helpful, I guess.
Just saying.
Just so you know, once you've used your owl, you cannot use again for 2 days.
2 days.
So in 2 days, you'll have an owl. Or in 1 day, you'll have an owl.
1 day, yeah. Not tonight, not tomorrow, but the next day.
Great.
So just don't fall off till then, okay?
Oh my god.
Do my best. Thanks.
Be fine.
Yeah, well, she's done it before.
Yeah. We'll make it. We'll get the parts. We'll put it together.
Mm-hmm.
We'll finish the job.
If the job involves punching a devil in the face, I can do it.
Yep.
I hope it doesn't involve much more than that.
It will.
Yeah. Girl can dream, right?
That's right. It'll be all right.
Yeah, well.
You're surrounded by people that believe. One of these days you will too.
We'll see. If you hang out here much longer, you're gonna have to tie yourself down, so. I don't think that smokestack's going anywhere anytime soon.
No, it's just gonna look the same, just get smaller.
Yeah.
Besides, we've got things ahead of us to worry about right now.
Yes, we do.
Go do it.
Oh, we are. Gonna clap him on the shoulder
Mm-hmm.
and head below decks.
Me too. Oh, you're going this way? Yeah.
God, this is awkward. I hate saying.
It's
All
the
right,
worst, isn't it? It's just so bad.
let's just go get dinner.
Okay, yeah, I like
That's
that.
when the thunder begins to roll. Lightning striking up ahead. Okay, stop then. Now that song's stuck in my head. Stop. The thunder shakes the entire ship. And the rain starts to fall.
Got down here just in time.
You can hear it pelting against the wood of this airship. And you watch a blast of lightning light up the sky through one of the portholes. And Eldon, just in the distance, you hear the faintest sound of wings. That's what we'll pick up next time